This podcast is recorded on the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri and Bunurong people of the Kulin Nation and the Yagara people. We pay our respect to elders past, present, and emerging. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
This is my realm. There is no escape. I decide who lives and who dies. Your souls belong to me now. The dim light of day in Barovia lights Baba Yaga's pale hand as it reaches into the charred corpse of the dead tree blight, Winter Splinter. The upper half of the corpse glows with residual heat as it smolders on the ground beside her. She reaches down, scrabbling around in the base of the tree. The gem! It is gone! She looks back, towards the Gulthius tree, towards the hill. Closing her eyes, she casts her mind across the distance, attempting to link her mind with the cottage. Her eyes snap violently open. No! She steps back into the giant skull and lifts into the air, spinning and swiveling to face the tree, and then speeding back towards the hill. She shrieks in anger as the flying skull speeds over the forest. Behind, in the distance, on the mountaintops, a black light pulses. It flashes like a beating heart, shadowing the clouds above, forming them into strange shapes. Strange shapes that spell out DPR, Curse of Strahd.
Hello and welcome. It's DPR, does Curse of Strahd, episode number 32. If you've just joined us, you're too late because they've just passed. But no, I probably should go back. But if you haven't, if you've come the whole way through and you've made it to this point, well done, you. Welcome. It's the next installment of the story. My name is Emil, and I'm part of the DPR crew. I haven't just hijacked a podcast that wasn't mine, which would be rude. Poor podcast etiquette to those people.
Newsflash, man hijacks podcast.
I play Sonny Bono, the the spirit of Sonny Bono reincarnated in a sword, an energy sword that takes on a host of whoever happens to tickle the pommel. Currently, a flesh puppet bleeding out, having been thrown from Baba Yaga's tree-legged cabin, after sustaining some serious damage from said cabin, trying to retrieve a gemstone. He has been thrown many feet away and is bleeding out, making the death saves. So in a bit of strife. That's old Sonny at the moment. Who will save him? Will it be you, Jack?
Hi, Mel. I'm Jack. I'm playing Louise, a woman of the waves. I can't answer whether or not Louise will save Sonny Bono, but I will do my best. Louise is wearing a diving bell helmet and looking to the dead corpse of a house, I guess. And thinking of her friends, who I presume lie approximately in the same vicinity. How about you, Ben?
Well, I play Ragyog, the Goblin Cleric of Lathander, who has similarly been thrown out of this animated house. Ragyog is pretty badly injured, wears rags, not titular at all. It's not why he's called Ragyog. I just realised that. But
Ragyog's titular rag.
Yeah.
They're just normal clothes, but he calls them rags after himself.
He wears a fine silken doublet, but he calls it rag.
Is that why you splash yourself in yogurt as well? Is that another-
Yeah, absolutely.
It could have been suit yog, but it's not.
It's healing. It's healing yogurt. But he has a hideous scar on his face from when he was bitten by a werewolf. He's running out of time to heal that. He did heal it himself and now has a hideous scar that makes him look frighteningly happy when he's not. If you've been listening to the show, you know Ragyog is anything but happy. And he's covered in splinters down the other side of his face from being smashed in the head by the roots of the tree that the cottage was sitting on.
Splinters.
Yeah. Things are not looking good. How about you, Lauren? How's Irina looking at the moment?
My name is Lauren. I am playing Irina Indirovich, the noble lady of Barovia, daughter of the Burgermeister. Yeah, that one. She's she's sorcerer lady. Very noble, very sort of, but fun at parties. But this particular party that she's been at hasn't been fun for quite some time. But she has big sorceress powers that she quite enjoys. She's been slinging spells to get the egg gem, and I believe she's actually feeling pretty good, quite healthy. And that's one of the people at least that is feeling fine. So yeah, Irina's not too bad at all, actually. Thanks for asking. Dan.
Yes, I'm Dan. I'm playing Sasha von Such and Such. It hasn't quite been revealed that I'm a von Such and Such, but I am a von Such and Such, which wouldn't come as any surprise to anyone who's actually been listening to the show, because I have had all my characters be a part of the same family. I know. What?
Hang on. Damn.
When did this happen?
I knew it.
I'm learning so much tonight. I always thought of Ragyog as quite a cheery fellow.
Yeah, it got ruined for me on Twitter.
No, we're
I
on
already
to Sasha,
knew.
not Ragyog.
Sorry.
Sasha is a wizard of the illusion school, and is feeling quite good, quite like Lauren's character, quite like Irina. She's feeling pretty good.
Aren't
She's
we a
feeling
couple
pretty
of
healthy.
fresh-faced
She's
young
gotten
gals?
through this and feeling
Ready for a night on the town.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. We're feisty.
I could
We're
murder a
feeling
G&T
good, and
right
we're gonna
now.
fuck some shit up. Oh man, give me a G&T, and then we are gonna fuck up Babs. Let's go for it. Hit me now.
Smoking darts and breaking hearts.
Give me a dud. Thank you very much.
Sasha, if you, I maintain, if you're a wizard of the
Mm.
illusionary school, you ain't a wizard, you're a magician. I'm just saying.
Ooh.
You know.
Throwdown.
Well, coming from the meat puppet doesn't mean much. So
Coming from an unconscious dying meat puppet.
coming from a fucking sentient sword, come at me, bro. Like,
I will when I get another meat puppet. Yeah.
Or what are you going to do? Pummel me? Hey?
oh, I
there
think
it
that's a
is.
pretty
There
good
it is.
segue to
That was sharp.
Gregory.
My name is Greg Pickering. I am the Dungeon Master for DPR Does Curse of Strahd.
Full of puns.
I am the pun master. I also enjoy some healing yogurt from time to time. But enough about my personal life. Let's get back onto DPR Does Curse of Strahd. So yeah, who had the gem at the end of last game? Who scored that out of the cottage?
Well, Sasha
Was
ripped
that-
it out with the
I think it
mage
was
hand.
Sasha.
right?
Really good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah,
It's you,
so-
Sasha.
I feel like
Yeah.
it was me.
Yeah.
Give it to the one with the most hit points. It's you.
I feel like it was me. I felt like at the end of the last one I did something where I tried
For the
to
for the spirit
grabbed
of the
it.
game, after we've all been thrown out the house, it could be anywhere.
It could
Mm.
be, but it's not any.
Oh.
It's just right in the middle of all of you, which is convenient, as one needs sometimes in a campaign of D&D. So yeah, you have destroyed the cottage. The smoldering, smoking ruin of the animated cottage sits behind you, crumpled on the side of the hill. The earth on the hill has been turned and ripped up by the roots of the cottage that sit underneath the tree base that forms the legs of the cottage, and the monoliths that ring the hill around you. Some of the ones near the cottage have started to topple slightly down the hill. The hill reaches up above you, and again the towering dark tree stands at its peak, shadowing over you. It is about midday afternoon in Barovia, although still dim light everywhere as the thick cloud cover cloaks the sun, and you can't even see. It's so dark you can't even see where the sun tracks above you, and you all tumble out onto this hillside, collapse onto the grass between two rings of monoliths. The hill rolls down beneath you, sort of tiered, falling down like a rice paddy or a it's got that tiered structure, each tier ringed with the stone monoliths or cairns of stones alternating. And at the bottom of the hill beneath you, a swift river runs past and down, and the river originates from beyond the fog wall, which is incredibly close on the other side of the hill, the opposite side to where you have been cast, and it reaches high into the sky, this imposing wall of the swirling mists of Barovia. You are not feeling great. You've been bashed up, and so Sasha and Irina, you got away pretty much scot-free, but you've all been tumbled out of this the corpse of the animated hut, and it just shudders and collapses down onto the ground without the gem to power it.
Did the legs of it reveal themselves to be chicken legs, Greg?
Listen, Jack, I don't need this sort of Christmas. I know I missed a trick, right, with the chicken legs. We could have had gold, but I
Moving
choose
on.
not to reflect on my failures, which is why I can't remember any of my 20s. So you find yourselves on the side of this hill, the rushing river beneath. It's this sort of rapids in the river. It's quite wide. There's a strong flow of water. It moves down and around and off into the woods in the distance, it heading towards sort of roughly towards the town of Valakai. You're on the hill, the rings of cairns, and it's about midday. A towering Gulthius tree above you.
And we've just come tumbling out.
Mhm.
Is my shoey still in existence? The beer
Yeah,
can
the
of hope?
shoey. Yeah, the shoey is still floating above you. It's still like it's seconds. It's
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah. I pull a splinter, an inch-long splinter out from my right eyelid. And go, I know how shit I feel, and I saw what happened to everybody else. And I cast a quick mass healing word.
That's so unnecessary for me. I feel so good right now.
I
You
feel
don't need to give me no
amazing.
healing word.
You know how you can have that runner's high?
I know, right?
I think I had destroyed an entire house high or something.
It's my gift to you.
Maybe you could like save your high level spells and stuff. for maybe,
Sasha,
like, some
look,
kind
I
of
know.
unforeseen force that's gonna come and fuck us up or something. I
Look,
don't know. I'm just just
Sasha.
saying.
Sasha, I put my shh.
Oh,
put my
God.
finger.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I know this is creepy, but
that
this is not actually for you for once. And the out of my finger as it's like shushing you, it starts to glow like ET's finger, and sunlight comes out and spreads over all of us.
I kick him in the
And
nuts.
Can you roll for me? Can you roll it?
Yeah, 100%.
Sasha?
I can roll that.
It's 12 hit points. Everyone is healed.
Ooh, that is very welcome.
I'm assuming that's like a strength kind of
It's
thing.
just
isn't it?
like a to hit.
Yeah, it's a 10.
It's a 10.
It's a 10 to hit.
Yeah, you go to kick Ragyog, but he's actually wearing quite a firm cup. You're surprised to find. It's actually really more of a cod piece, and it's fucking way weightier than you were expecting.
Ow!
This is not my first rodeo.
Oh, that my shin. Oh, my shin. Oh, I'm gonna walk it off. Walk it off.
Wait, is it should we check on the mid shield or
Well, I rush over to make sure that my spell has worked. How you hemorrhoids, Sonny? If you can feel them, it means you're alive. Good.
I think that is an affirmative.
Yeah.
Back's out. Ooh, my back's out. Ooh, my back's out.
You hear like a whistling from above you as Esmeralda plunges back
Oh,
down
no, that's
towards
his
Earth
butthole.
from one of her large leaps and lands on her robotic leg, but her other leg like crunches down onto
Sonny's
the meat
back.
puppet.
Ooh!
Yeah, cracking it into place.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
better. That's
right.
so much better.
Oh, sorry, I jumped real high that time. I wasn't prepared for it. It was cold up there.
Was that a healing knee or?
It's chiropractic, so technically it's not actually healing, but it's not recognized by GPs and stuff. But it does
Damn
the
it.
trick for some people.
I can't claim that. God damn it.
I know, right? How dare they restrict our rights to choose what sort of things we want to say are medicine? That is restricting my right as a citizen, and therefore I cannot make a real choice. It's really, it's bringing down the top of our society and like crushing it down to the bottom level. It's really poor form.
Don't get me wrong. I get to choose. I just chose Reiki.
Oh, but that's just made up bullshit.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
This is very distressing to listen to. I am going to go and look at the view.
Well, but
And-
Louise, before you do that, my little beer can chewy spell won't last for much longer if you want to help me with some of my wounds, I say as I pull out another 6 splinters from the same eyelid, each longer than the last.
Oui. I see. You are hurt, I
yes,
presume.
This is not normally my face.
Let me just look through my spells and see what I have.
Do you spin a Rolodex or something?
Yeah. A really old school one with like a plastic lid.
Yeah.
Well, and it's
That's
got
exactly
each sheet is laminated because she pulls it out from her
No,
helmet
this is
with the
not-
water. in it.
this- We got the bless and the compel jewel. No, that will not work here. What? That looks like a thing that might work. she turns to Ragyog and just presses a hand on his chest, healing him for 9 hit points.
Oh, thank you. That's as you do that, a splinter pushes a splinter out of my chest as well. Oh, that feels much better.
You are very welcome. Now may I go look at the sunset?
Oh,
Oh, it is midday. Don't worry.
Still, any time of day is a good day to look at the sun.
That is quite the view.
I will attempt to find the sun in this miserable place. And the tiered rice fields, it is beautiful. And the quick, swift lake that Greg mentioned earlier.
May I join you on this vista?
That is right.
Personally, I think the sun's a bit too obscured. I like to look at it bare-eyed and straight without any sort of obscuration whatsoever. Wide-eyed, straight staring into the eyeball of it.
As you stare up at the sun together.
That's why you have so many corneas.
Who said that? Wait, who said that?
As you huddle together, limp together, and look up into the midday sun together, as all parties should, you see the growing speck of an approaching figure flying across the treetops towards you.
I don't know if this is the sunspot in my eyes or if it is a speck, but I think someone is approaching us.
You got sunspots?
Oh, guys,
Keep
if
staring
you,
at the sun.
if you close your eyes, you get those funny little wiggly things. Oh, it's so funny. Look at that. Oh
no,
my.
I don't think.
Ooh.
I'm not sure that's the good kind of wiggly thing.
Look at that great
I believe
cloud. It's shaped like a skull.
Oh, no.
It is, isn't
My,
it?
my.
Hey, when I close my eyes and I see the wiggly things, it seems to spell out DPR Curse of Strahd.
Oh my
Weird.
God, mine too.
Oh, I thought
So
that meant
weird.
you had worms. I thought you had worms from that, but that's okay. Maybe
No,
it's,
hemorrhoids.
Skull-shaped cloud, wiggly things. Oh, she's blinking rapidly like she's in REM sleep.
the skull-shaped cloud grows larger and larger as it approaches, flying across the treetops towards you, and it spins and circles around the top of the hill as it sees the collapsed corpse of the animated hut fallen on the side of the hill, and each of you looking up at the sun like fucking idiots. And as it circles,
Classic.
an unearthly scream rents the air as the skull chariot of Baba Yaga circles around and comes to rest, hovering just above the smoldering corpse of the animated hut. And she steps forward and grips the side, and she's maybe mid-30s, beautiful woman, porcelain skin, long black hair, like all villains in Barovia, manicured fingernails. And she grips the side of the floating skull and looks down, and you can see, even from here, tears streaming down her face as she looks at the corpse of the animated hut. You peasants! You pathetic. You don't even know what powers you meddle with here. She turns, and the skull, the inverted skull, swivels in the air and hovers towards you, just coming to about 30 feet in the air above you as she leans over the edge.
Oh my God, I think this is my ex. Leave it to me, everyone. Hey, potato cake, it's me, baby, it's me.
You pathetic excuse for a weapon.
This is what Cher always used to call me. It was our pet name. She'd call me Weapon.
You attached yourself to the wrong brother. And now you're a pathetic shell of what you once could have been.
We always used to joke like that. She'd always call me Shell and husk and remnants. You know, It's
You are
cute.
I
leech.
don't think that was
Yeah, that one too.
affectionate. That sounds a
Still
bit
hurts.
abusive, actually.
No, no.
And who are you calling peasant?
Well,
Yes, I think you need to reassess your relationships.
wow, you know.
My friend,
You.
Babs.
How dare you? How dare you comment on relationships, you you trollop. Yes, you, Irina. I know who you are. You have, or should I call you Tatiana? Yes, you have
Don't
thrown away.
Call me Tatiana.
It is who you truly are. And even when you were in your truest form, you could not accept who you were. The gifts that were given to you.
Gifts, they were
Your
curses.
You are a foolish little girl. Live a few thousand years and you will see what you have given away is true power.
What, become like you? You twisted up old hag? Show us your real face.
Yes.
This is my real face, the face I have been gifted.
Trust me, it took a lot of work, but that is her real face.
There was many trials involved in having this face, this beautiful porcelain face, and these nails.
We don't need to hear about your Botox sessions, Baba Yaga. What do you want with us? What do you want with Strahd?
What do I want with you? What do you want in this place? You way-laced. You lay waste. I've had a few wines. Leave me alone. You lay
You've been
waste.
drinking your bathtub water again, haven't
Sounded
you,
much
Baba
better when you
Yaga?
rehearsed in front of the mirror at home,
It
didn't it? Baba
did.
Yaga?
I practiced this all the way over from the tree, but I fucked it up. You lay
Go
waste
again,
to
it's
my
fine.
son. You lay waste to my boys.
These are your last
valley.
moments. You may as well enjoy them.
My last moments, you foolish girl. I have defeated you so many times. You think you can come here and face me in my home, in the home of my son?
Well,
Well,
Babs,
That was
you
the
haven't
plan.
faced all of us together. So
What
I
are you
just
even
gotta
doing
say,
here?
you don't know shit.
You such and such as always coming in here doing nothing except becoming slaves.
Slave.
hey,
I'm no slave to nobody.
Wait, did you just say such and such?
No, I said this such and such.
It's such and such, you stupid bitch.
You and your whole family line are a waste of space. Fodder for my boy. You all have no idea.
Oh, your boy Strahd, what's he done? Other than make everybody bleak and sad. And so much sadness. Why?
Have you seen your brothers recently, Sasha?
No.
I have at least one of them.
yes, they have not met happy endings recently.
Oh. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what?
Oh no. Have I put a little cat amongst the pigeons? Oh,
I'm sorry, what?
You-
What's happened to my brothers?
You're a
You're a
such
s-
and such?
Yeah, you're a such and such.
No, I'm a such and such. I'm not a such and such. The such and suches are from the deep south, and they're real weird. Okay, I'm a such and such.
That's what I meant. It's still,
You from the shallow south, or
my heart is still equally shattered, lady.
It's not quite so sound.
she is from the vading end of the south.
I'm sorry, but
It's
if
only
you
a
said-
waist deep.
Babs, can you just like stop for a moment? Okay, you see
Do
my
not
brothers?
call me Babs.
Babs, can you please? Can you just stop? All right, I've had enough of you. I just gotta hear about my brothers. Okay, can you?
She
give me
taps
that?
her very manicured fingernails on the edge of the skull.
No, okay, you can tap that. You go and tap away. Tap. Give it a tap, tap, tap a roo. Tap it.
Will, watch me, tap.
What happened to my brothers?
yeah, about that.
Sasha, your brothers were part of our true for some time. I only ever met Hans. I never met the first one. But then he
Heard
did
about
us
him,
a
though.
real
Isn't
dirty.
two of my brothers? You met Hans.
Yeah, he was.
He's
turned
good.
out
What happened to Hans?
he was working with Strahd after all.
Yes, turns out he saw the light.
It was succumbed to him.
He knew where the real power healer laid, and he made his choice.
So many voices coming in my head. I don't know what to do.
And Ragyog, you mentioned another one, didn't you? It was what's his name?
Bertrand.
Yeah, that's
Bertrand.
the doctor.
Oh,
Yes.
Thanks for
Yes.
remembering Bertrand. I'm glad that you remember.
the one
Thank
that
you for
died
that.
so quickly.
Well, it was more his manservants that were more memorable. No offense.
Yes.
I'm still having trouble
Ouch! Ouch!
coming
I
to
mean,
grips with the fact that you are a suit and
So,
suit, Sasha. I
what
don't know.
happened to Bertrand, Mr. Ragyog? What happened to him? Do you even know?
He disappeared and never came back after his wagon went up in a ball.
So
of
he could be
flames.
alive for all you know.
He could be, yes.
Honestly, it is more than likely. I never met the guy, but it is. Look at the place. It is a miserable piece of shit.
Wait a minute. I know what's happening here. Babs is trying to turn us against each other.
That would be making a lot of sense.
Because my brother Bertrand, he was so strong, he was so good, he was so smart, he could do anything. He wouldn't just fall victim to a bunch of like something stupid like a bunch of rats or something like that. He wouldn't do that at all.
Oh my God, what will I do? I'm confronted by the most brilliant party that has ever lived. Oh no! Oh, what will I do?
Wow.
I'm confronted by a bunch of geniuses.
You know, I'm starting to think this is my ex-wife. She's way too nice. She's
She's
nice.
starting to sound like an asshole.
Oh, you thought it was sarcasm?
Hey, Greg, if there was like a really strong gust of wind,
Would this blow this bullshit
how,
away?
how airworthy is this skull?
I think you would have to find that out.
Do it.
So whilst all this is going on,
But if
Louise
Hans is alive,
kind of
then
is getting a little bit bored, and just looks over at the big floating skull, and is this?
That was an oddly specific thing to mention.
Just kind of like steps to the side, kind of looks underneath it, measuring it up, and then
Not being subtle at all.
Where are you going, sushi roll?
Sure never spoke in a Russian accent.
What are you doing down there? You prawn
she-
nigiri?
Jeez.
You hand roll? Get back
Uh,
into my line of sight.
As she casts Gust of Wind. Which is
Okay.
a second level spell. For 1 minute it lasts.
Okay.
Oh,
a long
no, no.
gust.
Yeah, it's a
not
long
small
gust.
No,
gust.
not 1 minute of a
within
strong, firm wind.
yeah, a line of strong wind, 60 feet long and 10
Oh, no.
feet wide, blasts from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
Read the rest,
and
Jack.
she's attempting to push.
Read the rest, bud.
Any creature in the line must spend 2 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves when moving closer to you.
Oh, no.
Oh no. The-
My movement is so slowed down.
oh dear, it's time for wide mouth Baba Yaga. The wind ripples her. The wind gusts up and hits the
Oh,
it hits the
wicked.
floating skull, which
Oh.
bobs slightly in the air as it corrects. But then the wind just lifts up Baba Yaga's hair like in a Pantene commercial. Like it just
Shampoo.
flows out behind her as she steps up onto the edge of the skull and lets she knows how to wear rags. Ragyog, you ain't got shit, buddy. Baba Yaga's got like all streamer bits off her.
yeah,
off
I'm
her
getting some
dress, and
Rags
Agatha
they all-
on.
Harkness vibes. This is fun.
Yeah, Defo, I'm not quite that cool, but pretty damn cool. And the tassels, the long bits, float up in the air behind her with her hair. And as she stands up, oh, I always do love an entrance. Thank you very much. I'm running out of sushi names. Thank you very much, Takoyaki.
These are pretty good ones. These guys have been trying all season and not so good.
To be
Yes,
fair, I
sir.
haven't tried very hard.
I guess that's what you get when you're in a party full of geniuses. Now, you all have entered my boy's realm, and you have caused him much strife. But you do not understand the power that you face here. You do not understand whose valley this is. She raises her arms in the air beside her, and as she does, the dark black tentacle light in the northern mountains reaches up into the sky. Clouds suddenly gather all around the valley and scud in, closing in the sky like a dark ceiling of heavy cloud. Lightning flashes and cracks across the sky as torrential rain begins to fall all around you.
Are we done with the small talk? Let's get this on.
Ease away.
Unless you've got some more monologuing to do.
You are... Wait, I have
Unless
a
there's
little
any
bit more.
exposition that we need to know before we kill you.
There's a little bit of exposition. So
Rago pops up an umbrella.
the rain is absolutely starts bucketing down, but the gust of wind is still going and is still keeping her air and the tassels of her dress up into the air. I don't know what you are here for. Whether you think you can take the power from my boy, but either way, your quest ends here. And she casts Cloud Kill,
Oh, fuck off.
which is
Oh,
Just
good. You
as-
kill all the clouds so I can finally look at the sun unobscured.
just as good.
Sasha clicks her fingers together and
Ooh.
counter spells.
Okay.
I don't think so, little Miss Babs.
She summons a cloud of like yellowish gas, so it starts to seep out of the ground beneath you all. Now, Cloud Kill's
no,
a level
she don't.
5. Yeah,
Oh,
Did
no,
you
she
say
don't.
gas?
I did
My
say
gust
gas.
of wind pushes that shit away.
Yeah, but it hasn't quite formed yet. We're just
Okay.
dealing with the counterspell first. So, counterspell.
All right.
Do you have to make a test for level 5?
So it's a level 5 spell, is it?
Yes.
So you interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is passing, if it is casting a 4th level spell or higher, make an ability check using your spell casting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
So, for DC 15.
DC 15. All right. And I click my fingers and say, "Oh, no, you don't. Maybe you do. It's only... It's 5. It's 5.
It's a 5.
It's 5.
It's a 5.
It's a 5.
You
win
click your
this
fingers.
round, Babs.
No, you don't. But yes, she does. And the yellowish gas seeps out of the ground around you all and surrounds you. So, can everyone make a Constitution save except for Louise, please?
27 for Sunny.
Oh, damn, that's a good... Oh, that's not too bad for me. Constitution save. 18 for Sasha.
Oh,
5
sorry.
for Rago.
Rolled the
no.
wrong thing. 24.
Oh dear. So everyone except Ragyog takes 12 points of poison damage. That was-
And Sunny's out again.
Sonny collapses back to the ground. Ragyog, you take 24 points of poison damage.
Ooh. Damn, son. We're going to die.
You unconscious as well?
No, I've got 7 hit points left. But I'm poisoned too, right?
Yeah, it's just poison damage. Okay, so you're on the side of the hill. It's piercing down rain. The wind is just starting to pick up. There's a big cloud of poison over you all. Baba Yaga hovers 30 feet above you in her floating skull.
Is that cloud of poison still over us?
Yes.
It hasn't dissipated. Okay.
No. Irina is your go.
No. Irina's going to cast...
Panic.
Yes.
Which roll?
Oh, fucking shit! 'Cause I don't have any 4th level spell slots left, but no one needs to know that. Fuck off, you fucking cunt. And she just hits her with a witch bolt.
Everybody loves a witch bolt. You going to twin spell that?
Yes.
Double witchy?
Absolutely double witchy. Do I have to roll again?
Double
Yes.
witchy for the witchy?
And take
Yeah,
the...
so roll 2 hits for me. Two hits.
The first one is 27. The second one is 17.
Okay, they both arc up and strike into Baba Yaga, connecting. So roll damage for both of the witch bolts.
You know what? Your hair really sucks. Like, you think it's all going to be very fun and fancy and shiny and stuff, but I can tell it's not. There's 27 points of damage on the first one.
It's Pantene!
Yes, exactly. Pantene has ammonia in it. Are you a fucking idiot? 25 on the damage on the second one.
I knew there had to be a reason it was so cheap.
Dumbass.
You don't want anything that strips the hair.
It's doing me damage.
If you'd use herbal essences, maybe I would still judge you the same way. You've got to go to Hair House Warehouse, you fucking cunt! You're clearly very oily.
You're clearly not. So yeah, the lines of electricity arc up from your hands and strike into Baba Yaga, and it courses through her, and her arms sort of jut out at the sides, go rigid from the electricity that's coursing through her. And as that electricity causes damage to her, you don't see her deteriorate.
It straightens her entire hair as well.
Yeah, it perfectly straightens her hair. And also there's a streak, it starts to go grey. So there's 2 streaks of grey that actually run up the sides of the perfectly straight beehive that sits above her. And fine wrinkles begin to appear on her face as the electricity courses into her.
Now we see your real face. Frankenstein's fucking bitch wife.
You. Fuck you.
Oh, good comeback.
Right.
Well
Oh
done.
my lord, the burns just keep
Did you think of that on the way from the tree over? Do you want to have another go at that?
Yes, it took me 3,000 years to come up with that one.
Yes, I'm surprised you didn't say yuck food.
Ragyok.
Is Cloud Kill concentration?
No.
Does she? It's not. All right. I thought it was. Far out.
Oh,
so
yes,
we're
it is.
surrounded
Sorry,
by...
it is concentration.
Okay. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm going to do here.
Lathander, guide me in this moment of need. Shine your light on my decision making, because right now it's really shit.
I am going to cast. I'm going to cast a 4th level fireball
Oh, God.
on her. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
He holds
Turn it
up
up
his
to
hands.
11.
Yeah, holds up his hands in front of him and goes,
Lathander, fuck this Pantene wannabe shampoo bottle lady up.
and this little ball of like sunlight starts rotating, revolving, getting bigger and bigger in between his hands, and he just hurls it straight at her. It's a Dex 15.
Sonny, look, it is the sun.
Dex 15.
Yep. Because Irina's looking at that and thinking if she can also use a
okay,
reaction to bend luck. Can roll a d4 to apply to the number rolled as a bonus.
Yeah, sure.
It's got to put some sorcery points behind that.
That's like to hits. This is her. So that's usually like if you're trying to hit with your witch bolt, that'd be good. But she's trying to avoid his, so that won't actually affect it. You do feel like you try to bet like you. As you do, you will, as the fireball flies up, you will it to strike true. And you feel like reality slightly shift around Irina. So it's a power that you've not used before. And you feel almost like probability shift around you. And the connection of the two witch bolts that you are beaming straight up into her narrow in. And you cross the streams. Never. Ever cross the streams, but you cross the streams of the two witch bolts and they strike straight into her chest as the fireball detonates straight on her, engulfing both her and the floating skull in a huge explosion and roar of flame. How much damage was that?
37 hit points if she fails.
37 hit points. Goodness gracious.
Out of a possible 54. Not bad.
She the fireball dissipates and the skull is charred. There's streaks of burn and charcoal on it, and she stands there, her hair now totally white, and liver spots begin appearing on her arms as she shrieks in anger down at you. Sasha.
Sasha looks to Baba Yaga and takes a moment to call on the Great Old One. And her eyes start to roll back into her head. And then it's almost like these black tentacles, these tendrils start to rise out of where she stands. These black tendrils start to rise and writhe around her feet, and they start to course around her body, and they start to raise up over her shoulders. And Sasha casts Phantasmal Killer. The black tendrils start to pierce the mind of Baba Yaga, and it taps into her greatest nightmare, and it creates this illusion, this manifestation of her deepest fears, visible only to her. And she must make a wisdom saving throw, and on a failed save, so stuff will happen. But
what level spell is that?
It's a 4th level spell.
That is a really, really great description. It would be a terrible outcome if someone were to counterspell that. Oh!
I counterspell your counterspell.
No, I failed.
Okay, I don't have to counterspell your counterspell.
This is DC 14.
Takes you backsies.
Oh, no, yeah, you do have to counterspell my counterspell. Haven't you already used your counterspell?
Yeah, I can use it another time, though.
Have you got another counterspell?
Wait, I've used counterspell once. I've got one more use.
All
of my
right, counterspell that counterspell.
Oh, no, you're going to make me do this, Frank? Really? Oh, which dice should I use?
Oh, counterspell's the 3rd level, so it automatically counterspells the counterspell.
To get inspiration for his wonderful description.
But this is a 4th level spell.
No.
So you have to roll against my...
No, because counterspell's the 3rd level, so you automatically counterspell the counterspell.
This counterspell.
Is anyone else having trouble counting all these spells?
Can I please
Yeah.
counter that counterspell?
How
Yes.
many?
No,
Yeah, I
don't have
can.
I think we're at 11. 11
Guys,
now.
isn't magic combat just the most exciting part?
Yeah.
So much.
Thrilling.
So good.
Oh, fuck me. My nipples are hard.
I
All
do
right,
this.
so-
No, you don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't.
Mine was a
I
19.
know you are, but what am I?
If it matters.
Hot diggity damn, son. So I rolled a 13 and I add my... So, yes. You conjure the phantasmal attacker and it's sliced in the air by the counterspell. But then you slice the slice and there's a double slicing and the phantasm
I'm hungry.
reforms into Kimbo Slice, which is Baba Yaga's greatest fear. A huge MMA fighter.
Oh,
Kimbo
no.
Slice.
The horror.
Which one?
Kimbo Slice.
Oh, okay. I clearly know my MMA.
That
and he
beard.
chops
Oh
her.
no.
What's the save? Wisdom.
It's a wisdom saving throw of
Okay.
16. Otherwise, it's 4d10.
That's a fail. She's overcome with her fear of Kimbo Slice. And
Who wouldn't be? Like, really, he was
I-
the greatest street fighter.
Could you, for those of us that don't know anything about that, what does Kimbo look like?
Yeah.
I'm Googling
He's
him.
just huge. He's just this huge monster of a man. Like he's terrified. Like I am
Yeah.
actually terrified. of
He's a
Kimbo
big
Slice.
Bahamian.
Kimbo Slice. Oh, yeah.
Look at the size of this guy.
Why is
This
he
guy
doing
gonna
have
start
his-
on bum fights. He's
Does
like
he have
a,
his sledgehammer?
Yeah.
There's a
he-
photo of him on Google Images
Honestly,
with a sledgehammer.
What I
That's
imagined
awesome.
was actually a delicious dessert. And then she was afraid of the calories.
Me too, actually.
No!
Oh no! This is not a cheat day.
I kind of feel like it would be with like a kiwi fruit. Like a, Kimbo Slice, kiwi fruit kind
I'm
of thing.
actually intolerant to gluten.
No.
This is going to give me moderate diarrhea.
It was 29 points of damage.
29.
29 points of psychic.
That was 29 very involved points of psychic damage
was.
done by Kimbo Slice.
May he rest in peace.
Valet Kimbo.
Who knew that Kimbo was so good at playing the violin?
Kimbo's Heaven violin solo. Okay, Sonny, can you make a death save for me, please?
Oh, yeah. Roll it up. Here we go. Wish me luck, everyone.
Chookers.
Don't roll a 1.
Thanks, Ben. Gee,
Don't
that's
die.
so sure. Thanks, everyone. It is just past an 11. It's an
Oh.
11. Scraped by the skin of Kimbo Slice.
You managed to cough up the blood that it was that was filling your airway.
Yeah, right on.
So rather than sort of choking on your own viscera,
Yeah,
you managed to survive. a
Still
few
got
more.
clear air, but the poisons, it's overwhelming.
Yeah, the cloud of poison still sits above you, Louise.
Louise, seeing that when she yelled out to Sunny, "Look at the sun that Ragyog had created," and that she got no response, turned to Sunny and just leapt into motion and ran and did like a slide kick, like in the baseball, like the baseball game.
In
where
the
they
baseball?
Yeah.
I know the baseball.
Yeah, the baseball. And just slides in and reaches out, like maybe trips, but like only just lands with a hand on Sunny and does a full 40 points of lay on hands.
Goodness gracious.
Good grief.
I ain't got no more of that.
Goes
though.
Kimbo Slice, sweeps both arms wide. Safe!
Safe. Goes Kimbo Slice
Yeah.
in a referee uniform. Giant dude. Safe. Valet Kimbo
Louise.
Slice.
Is that
Louise.
40 points of healing?
Yeah.
Louise, can you direct the wind to get rid of this fucking poison?
Oh yeah. And then am I able to do that, Greg?
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Oh,
what I'm asking you.
That's that was why he asked you to read
Yeah.
the rest of the spell.
Yeah, right. I didn't read the
I'm
rest
trying
of the
not
spell.
to metagame, Louise. I'm trying to do it in character. God damn it.
As her hand lands on Sunny, her other hand sweeps around and brings the wind that is currently blowing in a pretty useless direction and brings it back down to earth, and the air slams back into the space, pushing the gas away.
So she
I thi-
oscillates like a room fan.
Yeah, yeah.
But a bladeless one, like a dice,
Yeah,
like a fancy fan.
Yeah,
the one you can
exactly.
stick your hands through.
Yeah.
I think everyone needs to make a strength saving throw.
Everyone
Okay.
does.
Off you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Of what?
everyone save against
Of
Jack
16.
knocking you over.
17?
Why are you knocking us over,
Oh,
Jack?
now I get a 20.
Sonny's on the ground.
Yeah, you're already prone. So.
Oh, okay. I got a 19 on the die.
Oh, everybody passes. Amazing.
Wow,
Well done,
good,
everybody.
The Dyson fan wasn't too much.
It's really just a gimmick. Everyone don't buy a Dyson. Actually, Dyson, please sponsor us. Okay, so
Because
Baba
you really
Yaga
suck.
turns, because if you like animated huts and plagiarized villains, Dyson, you should sponsor us. Baba Lysaga turns around.
Who?
Dyson. Baba. Who? Baba
You called
Yaga.
it, you called it Baba Lysaga.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small aside. In Curse of Strahd, she's actually called Baba Lysaga, and I fucked up the name about 10 episodes ago, and
Sorry.
I've just stuck with it. So
If you'd like to make sure that Greg reads the source content correctly, you can sponsor us on patreon.com/dicepaperroll, and he'll be able to take an extra minute out of his day to read the book.
I like if you do give us money, we will 100% appreciate it, but I will not take extra time out of my
Full disclosure.
Full to, like just
Yeah.
gotta be honest.
Asterisk,
with you, gang.
asterisk,
I do,
asterisk.
I do love yous, but nah, it's not gonna happen.
Baba Yaga it is.
Baba
So Baba
Yaga.
Ganoush. What does Baba Ganoush do?
Baba Ganoush points her finger down at Irina. Tatiana, you have always thrown away the opportunities that were given to you. And now it is time to pay the price. Can you make a constitution save for me, please?
Mm-hmm. So I don't have time to cast invisibility.
And no.
20.
Shit.
Nice.
Damn.
She points her finger at you, and black energy swirls down her arm and lances out towards you, running the same course as the beams of electricity that arc up from your hands into her chest. And as the electricity courses through her, she begins to age more and more, and her face becomes withered and just angry. Like the cheeks go sallow, and the eyes shut into a squint as she points down, and the black necrotic energy swirls around you. And as it does, it fills your body and reaches into your very core, to your soul. And the black tendrils of necrotic energy reach into you, and you feel it sucking your very life force. And you know that this spell can easily take your life. And you feel it being drained from you back up into Baba Yaga.
Oh no.
And as it
I'm gonna have a
does-
spooky dream about this later, I'm sure of it.
As it does, images flash into your head
No.
Of
What a
you.
surprise.
of you sitting on the side of the lake
Brother.
with your brother
Brother.
as young children. And he is skipping rocks across the lake, and you watch as he turns and sees a small mouse trapped in the rocks at the edge of the lake. And as he goes over, he picks it up and lifts it in his hand, and he looks at you and looks back at the mouse, and he smiles a delighted smile as he snaps its neck. And then there's another flash, and you see yourself in a ballroom. You wear a ball gown, and you dance many noble dances. And as you swirl to the next partner, a strong, handsome von Zarovich takes you in his arms. With a great, very prominent chin, you know that this is the sportiest of the Strahds, of the von Zaroviches. It is Strahd von Zarovich. And you melt into his arms. And then there's another flash of you and your brother scrounging for scraps behind a house, your ragged clothes made of sackcloth and barely patched together as you eat rotten food. And another flash of you sitting at a giant dining table, feasting on all kinds of delicacies. And as each of these flashes in turn flow through your mind, the two personalities, the two souls, the two people, the two lives that inhabit your mind begin to mesh together. And you find in those lives the strength to resist the power of Baba Yaga's spell. And you are able to shake off the necrotic energy. And you take 39 points of damage.
Oh, shit.
There's almost like a rolling split personality happening inside of Irina as she comes to grips with what she's possibly been kind of denying in a lot of ways. That she wants to be Irina in total and full capacity, and she wants to be this Irina that everyone seems to think that she is, this powerful sorceress, this noblewoman, this person that will contribute to the society that wants to see Strahd gone, that she's grown into from this scared little girl that they originally found, that couldn't even, have her tarot read without having nightmares about it. But ultimately, these images show her that she is nothing. And it was only because she was found by the Burgomaster, and now he's dead. He doesn't believe in her. Her brother is a crazy person. And actually, Tatiana has this life that she potentially could grow into if she wanted it. It's right there. And she almost lets Tatiana take over her body. There's even a flicker in her eyes and a small voice that looks straight at Baba Yagovich and says, "Well, it's good to see you again." But the spell is broken and she's too strong.
It's good to see you again. It's good to see you again, Auntie.
It's good to see you again, Auntie.
What?
But it's gone. And Irina's back. And she's taken 39 hit points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So she's on 0. Her eyes flutter and she falls to the ground. Unconscious.
The necrotic energy fills her body, and she as Baba Yaga withers from the electricity and the flames that damage her, the necrotic energy does the same to Irina, and her cheeks go sallow. It sucks the energy out of her in a horrifyingly reminiscent way. That it drains the energy until her body is shriveled like a husk, and she collapses down to the ground, and each of you are put in mind of the shriveled body of Mo. Irina, can you make a death save for me, please?
Mm-hmm. How do I do that?
You just roll a d20.
Just roll a d20. Yeah.
I'm pretty good at them now, so I know.
It's 2.
Oh, that's a fail. So that's not good. So Irina crashes to the ground, and as she does, she crunches into the hill and begins to slide down and bumps into one of the monoliths below. She is very close to death. Ragyog.
Seeing that, Ragyog races to her side and casts Cure Wounds on her.
Says, Morning Lord, you can't let her be taken from us too early. There's work yet to be done.
And thrusting his holy symbol up into the air, he lays a hand on Irina's forehead. And the holy symbol bursts with sunlight and travels down his arm through to his other hand. And it kind of, encompasses Irina's head. And she is healed for...
Oh, I got a cool sound effect and everything.
17 hit points.
With a gasp, Irina comes back to consciousness. But she's still shriveled and in lots of pain.
I stand up and sort of pull out my mace and stand in front of her, like in between her and Baba Yaga. And I growl. "Rrr."
Okay. You growl.
A little bit wolfish-like, maybe even.
Yeah, you do. You growl, and that growl goes ape shit. You growl. You like stand forward, and as your shoulders hunch forward, you growl, and this growl like emanates from deep inside your body. It reverberates, and as you feel that power building in your chest, you feel a swell of energy inside you, Ragyog, a swell of power. And this roar just bursts from your chest, from your mouth, and echoes up in this almighty roar, this that turns into a long howl at the end. And as it does, you feel sweaty and hot, but you feel filled with power. You gain 10 temporary hit points. And you get about 20% hairier.
Okay. That's,
Hashtag Brack, I did it first.
yeah. We don't talk about the other podcast here. Emil.
Sasha.
Oh, so wait, did you already take your turn, Greg?
Yep.
Yeah, you were supposed to take another 4d10 damage.
From what?
From the Phantasmal Killer. It's a concentration spell.
Okay,
Oh,
cool. Give me.
Yeah, Kimbo Slice.
Yeah,
me a
so
slice.
Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice.
He's
is
got her in a
right
leg
there in
lock.
front of-
He's
Yeah.
got her.
Not
He's got her
safe.
pinned. He's doing the BJJ.
No one forgets about Kimbo Slice. Whoa!
He was never really good for his Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He
Which
just
is
knew
why
how to
it's-
pummel someone's face.
Yeah, which is why it's particularly special.
Mm. So he gets another 18 points of psychic damage because of that, and I will also cast Fireball because fucking why not?
Why not?
You might hit Kimbo.
Oh,
Nice.
are you super close? Who are you super close to?
Nobody.
Nobody.
You can aim it above her head anyway.
Yeah,
Lonely.
she's 30 feet above.
Well, so it's a dexterity saving throw of 16, Greg.
Thank you, Daniel.
You got that?
Mm-hmm.
You save?
Spicy.
Things
I
get
got a 6
Oh,
Yes!
6.
plus 0.
At this point is where I'd usually say, "Oh, can I borrow some dice of some people?" But I can't borrow dice off of people. So I'm just gonna have to do it. So it's 8d6.
Shit, yeah.
That's 9. 9, 12. So that was 3 dice plus 15. 9 plus 15, 24. Plus
24 points.
24 plus, just wait, sorry, I'm still rolling. Plus another 11, 24, 35.
Wow. Okay. There's some good fireballs. Another fireball detonates around her. The flaming ball leaping up from Sasha's hands and exploding around Baba Yaga. And again, as that flame engulfs her, she becomes more and more ancient. And you see her long hair, which was flowing in the gust of wind, begins to fall down around her. And as it does, clumps of it begin to fall out into the skull chariot around her. And she has to lean forward on the edge of the skull to reach out above towards you. She is looking hurt. Sunny, give me a death save.
I thought Sonny got 40 points of healing.
Sunny, give me an action.
Sonny,
Bonfire.
Is it like that?
we were a party of 5 and sometimes 6. The house had walked on legs of sticks. We were all right, and it decided to fight. We destroyed it, and then in the night, she came. Bang, bang, she shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. Bang, bang, that awful sound. Bang, bang, Baba Yaga shot me down. And then he casts, as a bonus action, Dragon's Breath upon himself.
Whoa.
And then opens his mouth and uses his breath weapon, which is lightning, and hits Baba Yaga. Oh, sorry, makes a.
When were you a dragon?
It's a second level
Yeah.
spell, bruh.
Bruh.
Fuck
yeah. Yeah.
When were you a wizard?
I mean, chase the dragon, maybe.
The
but
whole time.
The whole time.
Oh, you cheeky meat puppet, you.
Oh.
Sonny Bono's got depth.
Who knew?
I make a dexterity roll to hit that. What's that?
15.
Yeah, 15.
Yep, that's a
make
hit.
it. Yep. And the damage was with the lightning streaming from his mouth, 11 points of lightning damage.
God damn. So, lightning, you just in an almighty acrid belch, you fire out as you sit up from your prone position on the ground. Your meat puppet unleashes a lightning belch that arcs up and smashes into Baba Yaga. At the completion of your excellent little verse, it reaches up and smashes into her. And joins the electricity from, or it hits the point where the witch bolt from Irina was hitting before, and strikes in, and she gets now her face is like hanging off her skull as she leans heavily on the edge of the skull.
Louise whispers to Sunny, "That was the last 40 points I have this time, so please be careful."
Yeah, there's a
And
reason
then-
I'm casting spells from afar.
That is very much appreciated. And she launches back onto her feet and turns to face the Baba Yag. And gets her. Is there any way that she can, like, fucking jump up there? There's no way. That's
Have
unlikely.
she got the boots on?
Nah, she gave those back.
Okay, then no.
Damn it. All right. Well, in that case, she pulls out her Rolodex of spells and has she looks to Baba Yaga and notices the skin starting to hang off her face. Thinks, I did not think you are being entirely truthful with us, Baba Yag, and casts Zone of Truth on her. You create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range. Louise puts the hammer and sickle up in the air and says, "Basic power of the people, I command you speak truthfully." And
The zone of truth settles over the form of Baba Yaga as she leans down onto the edge of the skull. And as she does, its magic seems to fade as it slowly floats down. And then as it's about 5 feet off the ground, it just crashes into the side of the hillside. And she tumbles out forwards and lands onto the grass in front of you. And getting up in the torrential rain, lightning again cracking across the sky. Her hair now in patches, lank and drenched and hanging around her. She seems ancient and sad, and her eyes look up at you all with pure hatred. Very well. If you want the truth, you can have it. This place is the realm of the gods. This is the realm of the great old one, and I hold his power. And she holds up her hand, and as she does, you see black tentacle energy swirl around her arm. The tendrils of blackness leaking off the sides, corrupting the air around. And as she does, you can see her face in incredible pain as she uses this energy, and she places it. She slams her hand down into the hilltop below you, and as she does, the hill is rent by an enormous earthquake. The ground begins to shudder and crack. The huge Gulthius tree above you, waving in the wind of the storm, begins to shake from side to side violently. The ground erupting, soft earth coming up beneath you and flowing down the hillside beneath you. And the monoliths around begin to collapse and roll down the hill. And as she does, as this all happens, so for the earthquake, can you all please make a dexterity save?
Yeah. As a bonus action, can Louise channel divinity and turn the tide, which gives everyone a 1d6 plus 5 HP.
Yeah, sure.
So add a d6 to that roll. Is that the?
No, that's just your hit points. So Jack, you roll the hit point that everyone
2
gets.
plus 5.
So everyone gets an extra 7 hit points.
Every point counts right now.
Right now, it definitely does. So as the ground shakes beneath your feet, Louise, you slam your fist down into the ground, and bubbles begin to leak up around you, healing everyone as the ground is rent by the earthquake.
I love that imagery. Beautiful. It's great.
I rolled a 22.
21.
Oh,
Sasha got a 16.
what am I?
And a deck.
Oh, sorry, Dex.
Or-
Yeah. Sorry.
Sonny attempts to dodge, and then his back goes out again. He's oh, and mid dodge, he's kind of stranded a bit halfway between.
19 Louise got.
Okay, everyone except Sunny manages to keep their feet as the side of the hill begins to collapse and slide down towards the rushing river below, which is swelling in the torrential rain. As you all tumble down, Irina, Baba Yaga reaches out her clawed hands, reaching for your neck. It is your go.
Yeah. Irina's feeling pretty good again now. Thank you very, very much to Ragyog for that. But she's sitting up and she sees those claws coming for her, and she's like, oh, gross.
Take me thank the morning lord.
Yeah. Okay, fine. And she is gonna cast invisibility and turn invisible for a length of time, an hour. Yeah.
Convenient.
So she
As
slides her hands. Oh, yeah, cast it. Yeah.
you slide your hands and draw the mists around Irina, and they swirl around her as she disappears. And Baba Yaga
Bye.
reaches forward to grab at Irina and slips and just falls, just a fall, breaks her hip. She dies. That's the end of the episode.
Oh,
What?
No, Irina disappears into the mists, and Baba Yaga strikes at where she was. The earth beneath you all is rocking and waving like the surface of the sea. It is Ragyog's go.
Feeling the earth lurch and tilt beneath him, Ragyog,
Be a bit worried about those tentacles.
sweaty and slightly musclier, and the hair like coming out from 20% of other places, grabs his mace in one hand, the holy symbol in the other, and steps forward and channels divinity and says,
There is no place for you here, you hag.
and I use my channel divinity trait, Radiance of the Dawn. It's a Constitution saving throw of 15, or you take 2d10 plus 8 radiant damage.
Wow. Okay. That's a fail.
Fuck yeah! That is 5 and a 4, 9 plus 8, 17 hit points of radiant damage.
You stand over her, your bristling new back hair just shining in the light of the storm, and you raise your holy symbol up, and it shines brightly. And as it does, you channel that sunlight, and the beam of pure sunlight strikes her in her face. And that last moment of her life, where that sunlight strikes into her face, you can see her eyes are locked on your belt, Ragyog, and she is looking directly at the amulet of Ravenkind. And as the skin begins to sizzle off her face, she looks up at you and says, "They already have you." And the skin just burns off her as she you melt her face off, and she dies. As you ride her corpse down the side of the shaking hill, the whole hill is just tearing apart.
Shaka's
The
on the way
cottage
down.
sliding down towards you. You're all carried down this huge mudslide into the river below. Boulders smashing around. The cottage flying down with you. And as you look up, the last glimpse is the enormous Gulthius tree toppling towards you, and all falls to black. And that is where we'll end this episode of DPR Does Curse of Strahd.
You should have said my eyes are up here.
Yeah, eyes are up here, man.